A witness takes the stand as questions focus on relationships, safety, and what was really known. Good morning, ma'am. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. Please speak clearly into the microphone so everyone can hear you, including the jury. If I can't hear you, they may not be able to either. Ma'am, please state and spell your name for the record.
Valerie Langlowe, Valery Langlowe.
And, ma'am, what do you do for a living?
I'm a district administrator in a school district.
I want to take you back to August of 2000. What were you doing at that time?
I was student teaching at Oconee County High School.
Were you in college?
I was.
Where were you in college?
University of Georgia.
Beginning that August of 2000, did you move into a new residence?
We did, yes.
And what was that residence?
We lived in Deer Park on Vaughn Drive.
Who were your roommates there?
Tara Baker and Ashley Peavey.
How did you come to know Tara?
I had met Tara probably sometime the year before. Ashley and I lived together the year before, and so I met Tara through Ashley.
And can you describe, I guess, what it was like to get to know Tara as a roommate, as opposed to a friend or an acquaintance?
We all got along very well, and I mean, we were all very busy, either in grad school or finishing up college at the time, and we were just all busy. So we all got along fine, and everybody kind of did their own schedules.
Okay. And if I didn't clarify this earlier, in that fall semester 2000, did you graduate that December?
I did graduate in December.
And then did you start a graduate program in January?
I did. I had started my master's degree.
If you could please, ma'am, describe what you observed about Tara as it relates to the fall semester.
My schedule was different in the fall because I got up early to go for student teaching. So I was gone a lot. I know she had started law school, and so her schedule, she was busy. So we really, didn't, we were home in the evenings together, but we again, everybody had their schedule, and we were extremely busy, all of us, that particular semester especially.
During the fall, would Tara occasionally spend the night at her boyfriend's house?
Yes.
When you say boyfriend, do you mean Chris Melton? Yes. Were there times when Chris stayed overnight at the Vaughn Drive home? I don't recall. As you moved from the fall semester into January, did you notice any change in Tara's attitude toward law school? She had made some comments.
That, she...
And I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I don't want you to testify to anything that she may have said, but just did you get an overall impression as to her approach to law school?
Yes. She'd started another semester. I was starting grad school, so I think a lot of our patterns had changed just because it was a new semester.
Okay. And what change was that, if you can recall?
Probably at home more. I know I was at home more.
What about Tara?
Same. Mm-hmm.
So on Thursday the 18th, do you recall what your schedule was like that day?
I had class. When I started my grad program, a lot of my classes were in the evenings. So I would have been home, and I think I left sometime before maybe 4 o'clock or around 4 o'clock. I can't remember the exact time. And I had class that evening till probably 7:15 or 7:30, I believe.
And what did you do after class?
I was going home for the weekend, so I immediately started heading in that direction when I left.
So you didn't go back Vaughn Drive?
I did not.
Did you see Tara that day at all?
I don't remember. I think that she probably got home the time I was leaving. I don't remember.
Ma'am, what, if anything, do you remember about the weather that evening as you were leaving town?
It was very rainy. I do remember that, just driving in the rain and, it being dark, but I just remember that it was raining.
I want to talk about kind of the relationship between the three of you in that house. How did the three of you get along as roommates?
We got along great. Ashley and I had lived together the year before, and, it was no different when Tara moved in. I mean, we all got along great. There was no girl drama or anything like that sometimes can come along with roommates.
Were you careful to look out for one another?
We were all careful about safety, like making sure things were locked. I've always been that way. At that time, did everyone have a boyfriend? Yes. Did anyone give their boyfriend a key to the apartment or house? I have no knowledge of that. Why would that be? I don't think they were ever at the house. Objection. I'll rephrase the question. Objection sustained. You may rephrase.
Based on the relationship that the three of you had, you, Ashley, and Tara, would you have given a key to your boyfriend at the time?
No.
Why not?
There would have been no reason for him to have been at the house if I would not have been there.
Based on your impression of the relationship, again, that you shared with Ashley and Tara, was that consistent throughout the house?
I would assume yes.
Ma'am, I've been told that, well, let me rephrase. Were you the one that would keep the house clean?
Yes.
Can you describe that a little bit?
I was just the clean one of the group. There's always one, I guess, when you live with roommates. And so I was the one who would clean and tidy up the house, and just that was something that I enjoyed and still enjoy doing.
Do you remember, or if you recall, in the days after Tara's death, do you recall hearing about certain parts of the house being wiped down or anything like that?
I do remember hearing that.
What if anything, do you recall about that?
I think at the time it was more about, fingerprints, or they were, doing whatever you do after something like this happened, and the house was clean and things were, wiped.
Do you recall what areas of the house they were referring to?
I remember they asked, if certain patterns of cleaning, if, I would have cleaned this or cleaned that, that kind of thing. But it was, maybe doorknobs or around the doors or windows, that kind of thing.
And is that something that you would have cleaned?
Not typically. I mean, I kept things dusted and vacuumed and just your normal thing, but I didn't deep clean the house all the time.
Dr. Lowe, we'll talk a little bit about your observations of Tara's relationship with Mr. Melton. Is that something that she would have confided to you about?
No, we did not have that kind of relationship. I was a private person, and we didn't talk about personal matters like that. Did you ever personally see any arguments between Tara and Chris? No. Did you ever hear Tara arguing with him on the phone? No. Those are all the questions I have. Mr. Cruz may now ask his questions. Thank you, ma'am. Cross-examination.
Dr. Lowe, first and foremost, I want to let you know I am sorry for your loss, tremendously sorry for your loss. I thank you for your courage in coming to testify in court to help the jurors find the truth in this case. My first question for you, are you nervous?
I think anybody would in this situation.
I tell you don't be. I have some very softball questions for you, if that's okay. Okay. There was a statement that you made to law enforcement that I wanted to ask you about. Do you recall stating it was almost like somebody knew that we weren't going to be home?
If you'll show me the transcript, I can.
I don't have a transcript, but I can play the recording for you. Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay. Your Honor, excuse me, would the recording refresh your recollection?
Sure.
Your Honor, I like to play the recording outside the presence of the jury.
All right.
With no arguments observed and no clear answers, the courtroom moves to cross-examination.